Medusa was punished for what a god did. Then a hero was sent to kill the evidence. If you only remember the snake hair, you remember the safest version of the story. The one where she is already a monster. The one where nobody has to ask who made her that way. Before the snakes there is a temple, marble floor, bronze doors, a statue of Athena watching from above. This room is supposed to mean order, wisdom, protection. Then Poseidon enters the story. The myth does not need us to watch what happens. It only needs us to watch who leaves. The god leaves. Medusa stays. And when punishment comes, it does not rise toward the god who crossed the line. It drops onto the woman still standing in the room. That is the first horror. Not the face that turns men to stone. The first horror is that the world always knows which person it can afford to punish. Different myths tell Medusa differently. In older Greek stories, she is already a Gorgon, born monstrous with her sisters at the edge of the world. But the later Roman version, the one that made her most human, reveals something more frightening than a monster. It reveals a system. A god walks away. A goddess turns downward. A woman becomes the place where everyone puts the shame. Medusa's hair begins to move. One strand, then another. The sound is not magic at first. It is scales against skin. Her face changes. Her eyes change. The room that failed to protect her now marks her as the danger. People call this a curse. But the curse does more than hurt Medusa. It rewrites her. Before the snakes, she can speak. After the snakes, nobody needs to listen. Before the snakes, she has a story. After the snakes, she has a warning label. Do not go near her. Do not look at her. Do not ask what happened in the temple. The first man who finds her does not become a statue because the myth needs him to be innocent. Maybe he comes hunting. Maybe he comes bragging. Maybe he comes because rumor makes men brave for stupid reasons. He steps into the dark. Medusa hides her face. He sees the snakes. He sees one eye lift. His hand turns white. His mouth freezes open. His fear becomes marble. By morning, villagers find him near the rocks. They do not ask why he went there. They ask what she did. That is how a person becomes a public monster. One stone body becomes a warning. 2 become proof. 10 become the truth. Everyone is too afraid to question. Soon the village has rules. Do not sail to that island. Do not say her old name. Do not stand where she can see you. And above all, do not talk about the temple. That is why Medusa is not just another beast. A beast can be hunted because it is hungry. Medusa is hunted because she makes the wrong people uncomfortable. Every man who turns to stone becomes another wall around the original crime. The curse protects the lie. The lie protects the ones who were never cursed. So when Perseus arrives, he is not entering a mystery. He is entering a verdict already written by everyone else. No witness, no defense, no trial. Only statues on the shore, and a name people say like a disease. Perseus is remembered as the hero. And yes, the heroic shape is there. A young man, an impossible mission, a monster nobody can face and survive. But look at who gives him the mission. A king who wants Perseus gone demands a gift no sane man would promise. Bring me the head of Medusa. Not her testimony, not her old name, not the truth from inside the temple. Her head, the god's arm, Perseus for the task. A sword, a helmet, winged sandals, a polished bronze shield. Everything he needs to kill her without ever meeting her eyes. That detail is the whole myth in one image. Perseus does not look at Medusa. He looks at a reflection. A safe Medusa, a flattened Medusa, a Medusa turned into an object before the blade even falls. The hero can only survive the woman he has already turned into an image. So here is the question the heroic version wants you to skip. Was Perseus saving the world, or was he killing the one witness powerful people could not afford to leave alive? If Medusa is only a monster, the killing is clean. If Medusa is evidence, the shield looks different. The sword looks different. The word hero looks different. In the cave, the statues do not move. The snakes breathe in the dark. The shield catches one broken shape. An eye, a cheek, hair twisting like living rope. Perseus raises the sword. He never looks at her directly. The blade falls. After Medusa dies, the story tells on itself. It does not bury her. It uses her. Her head becomes a weapon. Perseus points it at enemies. Kings recoil. Armies break. Men who never cared what happened to her suddenly fear what remains of her. Dead, she becomes useful to the world that could not tolerate her alive. Then comes the final image. Athena takes Medusa's head and places it on her shield. The goddess who punished her now wears her as protection. Stay with that picture. The temple blamed her. The village feared her. The king demanded her. The hero killed her. The goddess wore her. This is not the end of a monster. It is the chain of custody for a stolen life. Her pain becomes a rumor. The rumor becomes fear. Fear becomes permission. Permission becomes a weapon. And the weapon ends up in the hands of the people who needed her silent. That is why Medusa keeps returning. On shields, on coins, on temple walls, on paintings, on statues, on every age that looks at her and starts the same argument again. Was she villain, victim, guardian, warning? But maybe the sharper question is simpler. Who benefits when everyone agrees to call her a monster? Poseidon walks away. Athena keeps her temple clean. The village gets a warning story. The king gets an impossible task. Perseus gets a heroic name, and Medusa gets remembered as the danger. Not the one punished. Not the one used. Not the one carried from temple floor to hero's hand to goddess shield. The danger, that is the trick. Make the victim frightening. Make the frightening person killable. Then call the killing justice. So the next time you see Medusa's head raised like proof of victory, do not look only at her face. Look at the hand holding it. Look at the shield behind it. Look at the people made safer by her silence. Because every monster is a kind of fate. And Medusa's fate was not simply to turn men into stone. It was to show how easily a world can bury its shame by giving it a monster's face.